Guys, so we have multiple breaking news coming out. We're going to start with this one first. German general says Russia could attack NATO tomorrow. That's not good. Once again, DEFCON alert is rising. We have some more breaking news coming out. Russia strike residential building in Dnipro. All right, so once again, Russia carried out a drone operation on the city of Dnipro overnight on November 8, 2025, impacting at least 7 people, including 2 young ones, official reported. All right, so we're going to get to all this news here, guys. At the same time, we do have some updates. Mysterious package at Joint Base Andrews Sparks Air Force investigation. Now, you guys already know there was a strange package yesterday. Yeah, multiple people were ill. So that's some serious stuff. And we got this news coming out today. This is near Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's not looking good. So we're going to get to all this news here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. I want to thank everyone out there that's been supporting the channel in the comments box or the super chat. I really appreciate it. If you guys send the support and I'm not on the live stream, I actually apologize, guys. I'm making another video or just busy with my second job. But thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I just got home from a long day at work, so this is going to be the final video. All right, so we're going to go with this one here. Mysterious package at Joint Base Andrews sparks Air Force investigation. Chaos hit Joint Base Andrews when 7 personnel fell ill after a package was opened inside a secure building near D.C. The Air Force quickly evacuated nearby structures and locked down the zone as hazmat teams moved in. Now it says here, first responders found no immediate danger but stayed on scene to test the air and surfaces. The investigation has now been handed to the Air Force Office of Special Investigation, which is trying to uncover what exactly was inside that box and how it made people sick. That's some serious stuff here, guys. I do believe there's a possibility there might be some more of these packages and in different bases. So we are definitely seeing some kind of attack attack going on in Sleeping Giant military bases. All right. So yeah, we're going to go with the next one here. So let me just go with this one here. Germany sounding the alarm here. Russia has capacity for a limited strike against NATO territory at any time, but a decision to act will depend on the Western allies, Poster, a top German military official, warned. So if you look at the Bear current capabilities and combat power, the Bear could kick off a small-scale strike against NATO territory as early as tomorrow. Lieutenant General Alexander told Reuters in an interview. Now, small, quick, regionally limited, nothing big. The Bear is too tied down and craned for that. Jeez. Is that an AI photo? I don't know, guys. It looks like AI to me. But they're saying it's the real deal. It's a photo that was taken back in November 6, 2025. So Frank, who heads Germany's Joint Operation Command and oversees defense planning, also echoed NATO warnings that the Bear could potentially mount a large-scale assault on a 32-member alliance as early as 2029 if its armament efforts persist. Man, 2029? Basically 3 years from now. It says here, you have Putin denies aggressive intentions, saying Moscow 2022 full-scale operation in Ukraine was defense against NATO's own expansionist ambitions against the bear. Now, speaking at his headquarters, a sprawling barracks in the north of Berlin, so Frank said that despite setback in Ukraine, the Bear Air Force retains substantial combat strength and its nuclear and missile forces remain unaffected. And while the Black Sea Fleet has suffered significant losses, other of the Bear fleets have not been reduced, he said. Now, the ground forces are suffering losses, but the Bear says it aims to boost its total troop numbers to 1.5 million soldiers. That's a big number. That is a big number. Whoops. Give me a second here, guys. It says here, you have in Russia has enough main battle tanks to make a limited strike conceivable as early as tomorrow. Now, again, they're not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. They're saying that this could happen at any time, basically. All right, so it says here you have Frank has led the Joint Operation Command since its establishment in 2024, a move that reflected a major shift away from expeditionary missions such as in Afghan or Mali back towards the defense of NATO territory. Now, before taking over his current job, Frank ran NATO's logistic command, JSEC, in the southern German town of Ulm. And it says here, Russian strike in the realm of the possible. Now, recent drone incursion into Polish airspace have stoked Western fears of Russian escalation. Earlier this year, Berlin loosened its constitutional debt brake to meet NATO new core military spending target of 3.5% of national output by 2029, a move that will boost defense spending to some $187 billion in 2029 from almost $115 billion in 2025. Additionally, Germany plans to expand its armed forces by 60,000 troops, bringing its total military personnel to around 260,000. Now, Frank said whether Moscow might choose to strike NATO will be determined by 3 factors: Russian military strength, military track record, and leadership. These 3 factors led me to the conclusion that a Russian strike is in the realm of the possible. Whether it will happen or not depends to a large extent on our behavior. Now, he added, alluding to NATO defense efforts. The general noted that Moscow hybrid warfare tactic, including drone incursion, should be viewed as interconnected elements of a strategy that also included the war on Ukraine. Once again, the Russians call this non-linear warfare. In their doctrine, this is warfare before resorting to conventional weapons. And they threaten to use nuclear, which is warfare by intimidation. Now, once again, Russia's aim, he added, was to both provoke NATO and the gauge in response in order to foster insecurity, spread fear, to do damage, to spy, and to test the alliance's resilience. All right, so once again, this is a very, very important information here. Russia could launch limited strike on NATO anytime. It could happen tomorrow, German general says. So you have all these generals out there, not only Germany, but other countries too. They're really sounding the alarm on this one here. They're really sounding the alarm. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go with this next news here. Russia strikes residential building in Dnipro. Building got hit. So it says here, the Bear, Russia carried out a drone strike on the city of Dnipro overnight on November 8th, taking one person and injuring 10 others, including 2 young ones, official reported. Several apartments of a multi-story building were destroyed in the city amid the strike. A fire also broke out on the site of the strike. Photos and videos posted to social media show significant structural damage to the middle floors of the building between the 4th and the 6th floors. Now, Ukraine's state of emergency service reported that 6 require hospitalization amid the strike, including 1 young one. Now, once again, you have, I'm going to skip that name there, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast governor reported that a 2 and 13 years old were among the impacted victims. Rescue efforts are ongoing and the number of casualties may rise, official added. Now, the full extent of the damage caused to the building was not immediately clear. Once again, the Bear forces regularly carry out strikes on Dnipro due to its proximity to Ukraine front line regions. Moscow has pursued a campaign of relentless aerial strike against Ukrainian cities throughout the year, repeatedly breaking its own record for missile and drone strike. Now, the strike on Dnipro came amid a broader strike on Ukrainian cities overnight on November 8. Air raid alerts were activated for Ukraine's central and eastern regions amid a warning of ballistic missile. Once again, you have the fires were also reported in Kiev amid a Russian drone strike. Man. So that is happening tonight. And we do have some more news here, guys. We have another one. The Bear launches massive missile strike on Ukraine's infrastructure. Give me a second here. Look at this, another hit. The Bear launches massive missile strike on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. Drone strike sparks fire in Kiev. Alright, so it says here, you have the Russian launch yet another wide-ranging strike on Ukrainian cities overnight on November 8 using a combination of drone and missiles to strike targets across the country. Air raid alert throughout the night warned of Russian ballistic missile strike targeting Ukraine's central, southern, and eastern regions. Over the span of several hours, explosions were heard in the city of Sumy and Kharkiv, as well as in Odessa and Poltava Oblast. Man, they really striking tonight. Kiev explosion, that's the capital, explosion were heard just before 4:30 a.m. local time, according to the Kiev Independent journalist on the ground. Officials reported that air defenses were activated in the city amid a wider range, the Russia drone strike on the capital. Kiev mayor later reported that a fire has been reported in the Petrovsky district amid falling drone debris stemming from the strike. Now, once again, the fire was later extinguished, the mayor added. Now, Ukraine State Emergency Service reported that 4 small trucks had caught fire in the district, adding that 2 structures and nearby parked cars were also damaged. All right, it says here, Energy Minister said that the massive combined missile and drone strike targeted Crane's energy infrastructure, resulting in power outages being implemented in several regions. Now, once again, Crane State Emergency Service reported energy infrastructure was struck in Odessa Oblast amid the ballistic missile strike. Once again, you have Hyun Chuk said that the consequences of the strike are being determined and outages will be restored once the situation in the energy system stabilizes. All right, so throughout the fall, Russia has continued to intensify strike on Ukrainian energy infrastructure as it attempts to plunge the country into yet another harsh winter. The worst strike on October 3rd and 5th wiped out 60% of Crane's gas production site. Earlier in the night, the bear also carried out a drone strike on a residential building in the city of Dnipro. And we talked about that one. We talked about Dnipro. So you got multiple cities getting hit tonight. I do believe the bear's dropping the hammer right now as I make this video. Alright. Let me go back on X. It's a slow night tonight. It's not much. We talked about the snap stuff. But man, I mean, the shutdown. Hold on. They shut it down again. Look at this here. Give me a second, guys. Let me just bring this up. Let me bring this up really quick. I guess this is the one here. The Senate left. The blue. The Senate blue again blocked a red bill that would ensure that federal workers in the military will receive paycheck as the gov shutdown continued. Chuck. Well, there you go. That's the left for you. We have some breaking news here. U.S. judge says Donald cannot deploy National Guard to Portland. All right. We already know that, but these judges, they ran after Donald. We never seen stuff like this when Joe was commander. I mean, we never seen a whole bunch of conservative judges going after the commander. I'm just looking for more updates, guys. Like I said, it seems like it's going to be a really, really, really slow night. Yeah, I'm not saying anything else. Yeah, I'm not saying anything else. I'm just scrolling down, seeing if I can find anything. But like I said, it's a really slow night. You guys, some of these news, you got people being interviewed with that cancellation, flight delay stuff. Cancellation caused by the blue, excuse me, the blue gov shutdown forces couple at Newark Airport to drive all the way to North Carolina. People are really hurting out here. And it's not just the traveling public, but it's affecting the whole country. Yep. Open the gov. Come on, Chuck. You shut it down again. Here's the thing, guys. I rather drive, to be honest. I love driving. I love traveling. Again, you know, I used to drive from Florida all the way to Connecticut. It was like, what? Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, D.C., and then you have Maryland. You have New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. I mean, that's like 10 states. So again, it was an amazing drive. I did it like 3-4 times. I rather drive, to be honest. Again, I want to see different places. You know, I want to taste a different coffee from different states. And North Carolina, we went to this nice area. It's you know, places where the buildings were built back in the 1800s. It's antique stuff. It's beautiful out there. The mountains is beautiful. I love North Carolina. Virginia is really nice. I like Virginia, like the nice area. Give me a second here, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, so the Red Dragon spacecraft sends fascinating GIF of 3I Atlas after NASA declines to release photos. I don't see anything special. I don't see anything special. The one on the left looked like my old school TV when I turn it on and there's no box or antenna connected. You see all those like black spots. All right. So it seems like this is all of it here. Zelensky said new U.S. sanctions under the U.S. command administration are already weakening Moscow war effort. Speaking in Kiev, he praised the coordinated pressure from Washington and the EU, calling it a very strong package that's biting deeper than expected. Zelensky said Russia denials prove the measures are working, adding that Kiev expect further strain on Russia's economy and defense sector soon. He urged allies to keep pushing, saying Ukraine is grateful for the support but still need more. All right. All right, guys. This is all the information here. I'm just going to end it. I woke up early this morning. We had a technician come here. One of the bedroom light was not working, and they checked the fuse box. They check everything, and the breakers and stuff like that. They check the outlets, and you know that's what happens when you purchase a home, and then a year later, one of the room is not working, and I'm thinking about going to you know, trade school, maybe going for HVAC or electrician. I'm thinking about doing that because me being an owner of the house, I need to learn these things. I do. I need to, again, if my AC unit breaks down, I know how to change the capacitor and stuff like that, but I need to get more involved in fixing all this my own, because again, it cost me an arm and a leg. But they did an amazing job. The electrician company has done great. But again, guys, this is where we at right now. This is all the breaking news, late night news, and I want to thank every single one of you for your support. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing the video. Thank you so much for sharing it. And I see you guys in the next few hours. Yeah, Lou's gonna go to sleep now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.